Ah yes, the age-old job catch-22. How am I supposed to get a client with no experience? And how am I supposed to get experience with no clients? That was me back in 2016 when I first took a peek over into the world of freelancing because I had no idea how to get started. Because why would someone want to hire me when I had no expertise or relevant work experience to show for anything? Now here's the truth of the matter that I did not realize. As a beginner freelancer with no work experience, you are a riskier hire for a business owner. So to convince that first client to give you a chance to say yes to you, you need to make it as easy as possible for that client to say yes. You need to lessen the risk however you can. You need to lessen the financial, the time, the energy investment that they will have to make in hiring you. So let's talk about that in today's video, where I will share 4 specific strategies to get you started and on your way to your first client, even if you have absolutely none, zilch, nada experience. Hey, it's Dea, freelancer, digital business manager, most recently on Twitter, and as always, you can find sections on the play bar below if you want to skip to a certain part of the video. Your time is precious, take what you need. If you want to watch this on 2x, I won't be offended in the least. Let's dive in. By the way, I want to make it super clear that the strategies I'm discussing in this video are solely for starting as a freelancer, getting your foot in the door, landing your first client so you get the ball rolling. These are not strategies for intermediate freelancers, okay? All right, here we go. So pricing low is one of the easiest ways to reduce financial risk for a client. I started at $10 an hour online because I knew it would make it less intimidating to give me a chance. With that price point, I got in with a few clients, then I started increasing my rates by about 10% with every next client I signed. So I went to $12 an hour, then $15 an hour, and so on. And I was learning so much along the way, and most importantly, I was validating my price point every step of the way. So I know a lot of times people don't like this strategy because they're like, well, I want to charge my worth, or I know I'm worth more than that. First of all, your worth is inherent to you. It has nothing to do with a monetary price tag. Second, this is what I call a long-term strategy, because the more you learn upfront, the more you'll be able to charge later. So don't be short-sighted now. Don't let your ego do the talking when you're just getting started. Prioritize learning first if you want to make mad money later. I swear that is just the biggest hack ever. I worked behind the scenes of 40+ businesses, all industries, different sizes. I saw how all the systems, processes worked. I saw different methods of customer acquisition, of fulfillment, so many strategies, so many mistakes made, and all of that knowledge made me more money in the long game because I was learning so much and I had more experience than I ever would have if I started charging $30 an hour right off the bat. It would have taken me forever to land my first client if I started off that high. So if you want to give this strategy a go, I would recommend signing up for a freelancing platform of your choice or cold pitching someone with a lower rate with a one-time project to get your foot in the door. I don't recommend signing on a long-term large retainer client on a low rate. You really want those first few low rates to be one and dones. So similar to that, this is kind of a controversial opinion, but I don't think there's anything wrong with doing a little bit of strategic free work in the beginning to get your foot in the door strategically. Emphasis on strategic. Okay, so offering a limited amount of hours for free to a client to prove how helpful you are can go a long way. That's why software companies give people free trials, because they want you to see how awesome their thing is and then want to pay for it. So same goes for you. You want this potential client to see how awesome you are and then pay for it. Plus, you'll probably learn a lot, and you can then use that as work experience to pitch your next client. And you can probably add these pieces of work into your portfolio. But to do this strategy successfully, strategically, there are 4 things you need to keep in mind. Number 1, make it crystal clear how many free hours of work this offer includes, and make sure it's not too much, not more than you can commit to. Make sure you do your research and pitch this to somebody who is a potential ideal client and can actually afford to pay you after, and not somebody who's just looking for free work. Number 3, make sure you over deliver in the free trial so that they actually want to keep you, please you, and never ever let you go. And number 4, make sure you get a testimonial from them and permission to include the things that you do for them in your portfolio, so that one way or another you are getting lots out of the interaction. Honestly, we're at a point in the internet and online business where almost everything is new all the time because of technology. So for example, nobody has 10 years of experience with TikTok. So if everything is new and nobody has a million years of experience with tons of new tech tools that are coming out, what wins? Like, what differentiates one person from another? It is your soft skills. So I'll be honest, I'm at a point with hiring now where I hire almost exclusively for soft skills instead of years of experience, because it's so much easier to train someone to use a tool than it is to teach Jake how to problem solve if he's never solved a problem before in his life. So if you have zero work experience, find ways to prove your soft skills. Don't say, I'm really eager to learn and I'm creative. Show them you are eager to learn. Show them you're creative. Find ways to prove this. Don't say, I'm proactive. Show them your proactivity. So here are some examples of how to show proactivity. Reach out to them unprompted via Instagram. Send them a really, really good cold pitch. Make them something cool without them asking. Give them suggestions for what they can do better with their website, with their content. Here's some ways to show creativity. Come up with a fun way to get their attention. Make them a short video. Bake a cake and put their name on it. Send them a handwritten letter. There's so many ways to prove your soft skills. And if you don't have the work experience, you don't have hard skills yet, then find ways to really showcase those soft skills. Cold pitching is free. Doing research is free. I can't tell you how many times I've slid into Instagram and Twitter DMs and have been pleasantly surprised. But do not slide into people's DMs with something generic. I get tons of those. Do not do a dear sir, madam. Do not do a hello all kind of situation. We want to slide into their DMs with something spectacular so that you stand out and they take notice. And important, stop asking yourself, why would anybody hire me? Instead, ask, what can I bring to the table? What is on the table right now? What can I add to the table? And be a little kinder to yourself, ask better questions, and I promise you will find a way to get there. Experience doesn't just have to come from working for someone. Internet access is the biggest privilege we have in this century. It's still so underutilized, underrated. Honestly, this is what I would do if I had to start all over as a freelancer again with no experience, because I can guarantee you can look up how to use ClickUp on YouTube for free, watch 10 tutorial videos, and know how ClickUp runs for the most part. And then you can go make a free ClickUp account, play around with it a little, test out all the functionality, press the buttons, maybe make up a fake client with a fake business and practice setting up a project management tool for them, and then make a service that offers ClickUp project management setup and cold pitch that to 20, 30, 40, 50 people at a discounted beta price to get a testimonial, get feedback, and then go from there. Done. That is like a baby freelance business ready to go. You can do that with any tool. Zapier, Airtable, Dubsado. You don't need a master's degree to offer help with these tools. They are all semi-new tools. Nobody has 20 or even 10 years of experience. You honestly just need around 20 hours of learning and implementation, which is really just good soft skills, right? Now, this is cheesy, but I need you to hear it. Invest in your biggest asset. And that is you. The return on that investment will be tenfold if you learn the right skills and sell those skills as a freelancer. You don't even need to invest with money. There's so much free stuff on the internet. You can invest with your time. Everyone had no work experience at one point in time. We were all babies once who knew nothing. Nobody was born knowing how to write Excel formulas or how to manage online course launches. You can learn. I promise you can learn. When I started, I knew absolutely nothing. I was in Google 6,000 times a day, Googling absolutely every single term that I didn't understand, looking up different tools, watching tutorials, watching videos, watching people's step-by-step breakdowns, watching videos just like this one to figure out what I didn't know. And that is the fastest way to get experience if you don't have work experience, honestly. Now, 2 key reminders if you want to land your first client. Number 1, sometimes I notice people talking themselves out of trying things super actively. They're like, that's not going to work for me because XYZ. That's not going to work for me because I don't want to do any free work. That's not going to work for me because cold pitching just doesn't work. I've tried it twice. It doesn't work. If you're finding yourself saying these things as I am talking or as you're reading things online, I really want you to take a second and examine where that voice is coming from. Because the truth is, if you want to freelance successfully, you have to stop saying no to trying things. You're wasting a lot of energy finding reasons for why things won't work. You can spend that energy trying those things instead so you know for sure, right? The person that is out there and trying is light years ahead of the person who's not trying anything and who's just talking themselves out of attempting at anything. And really that voice, especially for me, when that voice was popping up all the time for me, it was coming from fear of failure, right? Like it was trying to protect me. It was saying like, oh, you shouldn't try that because you might try it, and if you fail, that will be really, really scary for us to protect the ego. It's outside my comfort zone and all that stuff. So if you need to, take a second, sit with that voice and say, would I rather not try and not know, or would I try and know for sure if this is the right thing for me? And second reminder, watching YouTube videos like this one is all fun and games, but if you're not taking action, you won't see results. So if you want to make progress, pick one of these strategies and actually do it. Actually do it. Work on the strategy for 10 minutes today. Commit to doing that for a few weeks and you will see results. And comment below which one you're going to commit to for accountability. I would love to know. Okay, now that you know 4 strategies for getting started with zero experience, here are 6 places to find and land your first freelance client. Here's a sneak peek of one of the places you can find your first client.
I debated talking about Upwork because I have 483 thoughts about Upwork now, but 6 years ago, it is honestly how I landed my first freelance client.
And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye!